who, like I said, could be a possibility for their team and maybe even a guy that LeBron might think about taking a pay cut for, and we'll talk about why. But beginning with the report that linked him to their team, according to The Athletic, Steven Adams is an unrestricted free agent this summer, and there's a quote-unquote possibility he could be lured away by a playoff team like the Lakers, where he would be a natural fit. And well, I do happen to agree with part of that being that the Lakers would be a good fit for him. Obviously, they have a spot for him, or any center for that fact. They don't have a center under contract at the moment. Their center from last season, their starter Jackson Hayes, is not under contract, and according to reports is not likely to return to their team. So obviously they have plenty of minutes to offer. They have a decent contract to offer him, albeit not the best one. Only at the moment could offer their taxpayer mid-level exception, worth roughly $5.7 million next season. And for Steven Adams, he is more in the price range of roughly $10 to $15 million per season, maybe slightly less, but probably not available for the taxpayer mid-level. You know, that's more in the direction of guys like Clint Capella and Brook Lopez, in my opinion, not Steven Adams, who's coming off a very productive season, a very productive postseason, and is a little bit younger than a Brook Lopez, for example, only being 32 and showing that he does have plenty left in the tank. And well, for why I think LeBron might take a pay cut for him, number one, they obviously probably can't get him without LeBron taking a pay cut. To get that Steven Adams price range, roughly 10 to 15 million again, they would need their non-taxpayer mid-level exception, which instead of their taxpayer mid-level worth roughly 5.7 million, is worth roughly 14.1 million, and likely would be enough to get Steven Adams. Now, if they would have that, would they offer it to Steven Adams? I mean, if LeBron said so, and if you take a pay cut for it, then they obviously would. And again, why I think he might think about it, obviously to be able to get him, but the targets that LeBron said he would take a pay cut for last year all had one thing in common, that being with them being veteran players and guys that LeBron could probably relate to and trust a little bit more than a younger option that he might not have as much trust in. Guys that he named on that list were Klay Thompson, DeMar DeRozan, James Harden, and even Jonas Valanciunas, which is kind of random, but again, the one thing they had in common were veteran players and guys that LeBron probably did trust for one reason or another. And well, kind of the same thing with Steven Adams here. Is an 11-year NBA veteran, is well known for being a very good teammate, having a very high IQ, and simply a guy that you can trust in the court and has been well liked by every team he plays with and every teammate he's ever played with too. So with that in mind here, he would appear to fit the criteria for a teammate that LeBron would very much like to have on his team, and maybe a guy that he might think about taking a pay cut for. Again, not guaranteeing that, not saying he will or won't do that, not for Steven Adams or any free agent for that fact, but if I would have to make a short list of guys that he might think about doing it for, I actually would put Steven Adams on that list. And not only that, but then from the other side of it, from Steven Adams' standpoint, I think there definitely would be mutual interest here too. Like I said, they obviously have minutes to offer him, they currently don't have a center, and he can immediately step into that role, get back to being a full-time starting level center. Then they have the money to offer him if LeBron would take the pay cut, so he literally could get everything he wants to from the Lakers, becoming a full-time center, getting the salary that he's looking for, again depending on a LeBron pay cut, playing for a championship contending team, potentially, at least a playoff caliber team at the bare minimum, you can't deny that, getting to play with two great playmakers, getting to play with an all-time great like LeBron, and a well-respected guy around the league, somebody that Steven Adams would likely want to play with, and I think they would mesh pretty well together. I think it's a pretty perfect fit if it would all work out that way. But then from the more pessimistic side of it, as it's definitely not a guarantee to happen, far from it. I mean, for one, we've heard reports that LeBron doesn't want to take a pay cut, and I'm never going to say that he should have to take a pay cut or that he should be required to do it or anything like that. That's definitely not the case here. If he doesn't want to take one, that's completely up to him. He deserves the money. Yes, he definitely does. He made second team All-NBA, was arguably a top 10 NBA player last season, even at the age of 39 and 40. Obviously, it's worth that much from a production standpoint, from a money generating standpoint for the Lakers, a fan attention standpoint, and anything and everything in between. He does deserve a max contract no matter what you say about it. So it's kind of all up to him here. If he'd want to take it for Steven Adams, or if he'd take it for a different player, whoever that might be, that's completely up to him, but it is dependent on him too. They can't get a guy like Steven Adams without a LeBron pay cut, neither via simply free agency or even making a sign and trade. They can't get beneath that first apron without a LeBron pay cut. So that's number one here. Then number two is the argument that he might not be the perfect fit for Luka Doncic. Is a pretty perfect fit for LeBron in my opinion, but not quite for Luka Doncic. Still a pretty good fit, but not the absolute best lob threat in the world, which is a heavy priority for Luka Doncic. He likes to play with that kind of big man, even makes it a priority, and according to reports told the Lakers he wants to play with one. So that might not be the best criteria for Steven Adams. Can do that a little bit, but not the best vertical threat. Then is not the best rim protector, is a decent one, but more so known for his great screening ability and great rebounding ability, not more so for being a lob threat, a rim protector, or a switchable defender, or floor spacer for that fact. So overall here, I'm not sure I find it very likely, unfortunately. Again, even without him being the perfect fit for Luka Doncic, I still think he'd be a really good fit for their team and a definite upgrade for their team at center. But barring LeBron taking a pay cut, or Steven Adams taking a massive discount to join their team, it's probably not going to happen, unfortunately again. But I think that'll pretty much do it for this one. And if you enjoyed the video, then I'll greatly appreciate it if you dropped a like, subscribe to the channel if you have not already, and hit that notification bell to never miss out when I upload a video. But as always, thank you for watching and have a great day or night.